I saw a post from Sargon of Akkad on Instagram where he said, the velvet glove has fallen off the iron fist in response to something Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had posted online. Cortez, in my opinion, she's really new to being famous. I don't particularly enjoy making videos about her, but I wanted to make this to address a collection of things she's done that shows she should not have power. She should never be given more. She is a spoiled, entitled, arrogant egotist. And at this point, like I say in my other video, how many grains of sand make a heap? Well, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories pulled up where Cortez has done things that should alarm any American who believes our politicians should be afraid of us, not the other way around. So first, we have this one from the Washington Examiner published, well, it says the 27th, I guess it's today, it says February 24th. AOC to critics of Green New Deal. I'm the boss until you try. So the freshman congresswoman made the comment at a Girls Who Code event in the Queensboro of New York City. Like, I just introduced the Green New Deal 2 weeks ago, and it's creating all this conversation. Why? Because no one else has even tried. Because no one else has even tried, she told the moderator, Reshma Saujani, founder and CEO of Girls Who Code. So people are like, oh, it's unrealistic. Oh, it's vague. Oh, it doesn't address this little minute thing, she added. And I'm like, you try. You do it. Because you're not. So until you do it, I'm the boss. How about that? Wow. The pure narcissism in that statement. You aren't trying. She really thinks no one has tried. Excuse me? People have been trying for a long time to come up with plans. Don't you remember when Obama tried funding Solyndra? You think no one's trying? No, you're just an egotist who thinks no one but you exists. This is ridiculous behavior to come. But look, it's very simple. She's a child. She has the emotional capacity of a child. And so she gets really angry and says, oh, well, I'm the only one doing it. Did you bother to look at who else tried? Solyndra was a huge scandal. Obama tried sending government funding into a solar technological development. It failed. So no, you're not the only one trying. Elon Musk is trying. He's making electric self-driving cars to reduce carbon emissions to an extreme degree. And he's not the only one. Numerous different industries are trying to curb emissions. The least of all, in terms of who's trying, are the people, the politicians flying around in private jets, and the celebrities who live in gigantic mansions. They're not trying. Let alone, there was a video, a photo, which goes, someone took a picture of her and someone eating in DC, and they're eating burgers, and it's like, or the guy was eating a burger. I don't know if it was actually, but it could be a veggie burger. The point is, now there's criticism that you want to talk about people not eating meat? Okay, you're eating burgers. You are not one of these special hoity-toity. You're living in, okay. She rented a luxury apartment. Are you doing your best to curb emissions? No, of course not. But there are a lot of people who are, and sure, the Green New Deal does try to address it, but it also includes some freaky religious nonsense about race and gender equity, which doesn't make sense, okay? But wait, there's more. Little child immoral egotist has another tweet. She said, if you don't like the Green New Deal, then come up with your own ambitious on-scale proposal to address the global climate crisis. Until then, we're in charge, and you're just shouting from the cheap seats. Forgive us for being the poor, unwashed masses screaming that your plan is insane ideology and that you're going to destroy the country with your insane proposal, which would require, according to Howard Schultz said this, retrofitting or reconstructing 2,000 to 3,000 buildings per day over 10 years. It literally makes no sense. No, you're not in charge. We're in charge. You represent the people of your district. They're in charge, and you're supposed to have their best interests at heart. But now, many people have been complaining. They don't even see her in their district anymore. They don't even see her at her apartment. To which she says, oh, she's living in a different apartment. Okay, fine. She has 3 apartments now. Congratulations, you're one of them. Or you've always been a spoiled brat who thinks you're in charge and you're the boss when no, you're not. Other people exist. Other people have ideas on how to solve the problems of climate change. I'm not even talking about conservatives, because many conservatives don't believe climate change exists. I'm talking about people who are actually on the left, who have been working for over a decade to address environmental concerns. Least of all is you, a new freshman congresswoman who just got elected and proposed insane garbledy-gook nonsense, which got ridicule from even the Democratic Party. And that's why she's acting like this. Because even other Democrats who are in favor of protecting the environment and want to curb climate change are ripping you to shreds. You're not in charge. You're part of a fringe minority, and that's why you keep getting attention. But oh wait, there's more. Here we have Ocasio-Cortez in just one of her many tweets digging into the media. You want to criticize Trump for going after the media, but Child Cortez, who doesn't understand what it means when you get public scrutiny, is now upset. She said, "One disappointment about DC is the gossip that masquerades as, quote, reporting. The story has not a single named or verifiable source, only one on-the-record comment, which is a denial. My dad had a name for junk articles like this, birdcage lining," she said. "For the record, this is the second Politico article about me in a short period of time with zero named sources to back claims containing false information. Their articles are printed plus distributed to congressional offices with no named sources. It's really unfortunate." Oh, heavens. Heavens, Cortez. The left wants to sit there and point the finger at Trump, who complains about unfair coverage. What does Cortez do? This is why I call her left-wing Trump. I'm not saying they're identical. I'm not saying that they say the same things. I'm pointing out that the public treats them typically the same ways, right? The media will dig into Cortez. They'll call her a liar. They'll attack her for making, nonsensical statements. Trump has said things, in my opinion, that are absolutely false. I'm not going to accuse Cortez or Trump of being liars, but they've certainly been wrong often. And Cortez acts the exact way that Trump does. If you want to drag Trump and say he's being immature for targeting the press, congratulations. You've got Cortez right here on your side, too. It's another reason why I don't like her. But you know what? I'll give her this one. I will. I think she's a spoiled brat who complains about everything. She doesn't understand that she's a public figure, but she isn't wrong about the press. Although Politico is not one of the organizations I would point the finger at. They're far from the worst. I'm sorry, Cortez. They're just criticizing you. And I can say the same thing for Trump, too. He gets mad when media criticizes him, but I will give it to both of them. Trump and Cortez, they do get the ire of many different outlets because they get a bump in traffic from doing so. But let's carry on because I do have more. Do you remember when Ocasio-Cortez, how does Politico put it, warns Trump Jr. about subpoena power in response to a meme? Let's break down what happened. Donald Trump Jr., public figure, posted a meme about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I wonder if they actually have it in here. Okay, I guess they don't. They should, though. The meme was silly. It wasn't anything ridiculous. It was just a meme criticizing Cortez. So what does she do? She responds that, let's see. Well, let's read through it. Oh, here we go. So she said, "I have noticed that Junior here has a habit of posting nonsense about me whenever the Mueller investigation heats up. Please keep it coming, Junior. It's definitely a very, very large brain idea to troll a member of a body that will have subpoena power in a month." Excuse me? What does subpoena power have to do with Donald Trump Jr.? Excuse me. Are you implying that you would use governmental power against a private citizen for criticizing you? Yes, she is. Because Cortez, what's her job experience? She was a bartender. I actually respect the idea that someone with no formal political or professional experience can become a politician. That is a good thing about America. But let's keep in mind, Cortez is I believe she's the youngest member of Congress to be elected. I think the age limit is 25. You have to be at least 25 years old. But how does she respond? Well, earlier today, or the other day, she was tweeting about how it was creepy that someone was sneaking a photo of her. Yes, you're a politician. You are in public. People will do that. Now, I'm not going to fault her for that tweet necessarily because it seems like she just doesn't understand that she's becoming famous. But I will point out, do not threaten congressional subpoena power against private citizens because they've criticized you. The media is going to drag you. You're a public figure and you have stupid ideas. No, you are not in charge, and how dare you yell at people for being in cheap seats or imply that someone who's upset with you is just in the cheap seats. This is one of the most elitist and absurd things I've ever heard. And yes, Cortez, you're not the boss. Other people have tried. You're just an egomaniac who thinks you're better than everyone else. This is what you get. You know what? I think Trump is ripe for criticism. And as I've pointed out, my criticism of him is mostly cultural, not political. Though I've criticized him for his foreign policy actions, I am happy to hear that he wants to pull troops out of Syria. I'm not an expert for the most part. I know a decent amount about the Middle East, and I've been there. But I like the idea of no war. Get our troops out of these other countries. He's in Vietnam right now with a summit with Kim Jong-un. Good. Get the job done. I'm not going to interfere. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope he does the right thing. But there are cultural things I don't like about Trump. I don't like his attitude, his behavior, the things he's done in the past. I think he is a bad representation of culture, of American culture. And guess what? So is Cortez. She is the other side of that coin. A snooty liberal elitist who thinks she can look down her nose at you, tell her she's in charge, she's the boss, you're in the cheap seats, and she's the only one trying. She is an example of exactly what I hate from the left. I grew up poor. I grew up as a poor individual on the left. And I look at these people. Oh, you got to go to Boston University. Your family lived in a decently, middle class, upper middle class neighborhood before moving to the Bronx. I didn't have those things. I didn't. What do I see? Snooty egotists who think they're better than everyone. And that's really what she is. The left looks down on working class America. In response, you get Donald Trump. He becomes your president. And when Donald Trump got elected, I laughed my ass off. You know why? Because it felt like comeuppance to the snooty ivory tower elites who use identity politics, who manipulate the poor to gain power, who don't actually care. You think I, as someone who grew up impoverished, give a shit what you, the millionaire liberal elite, think? Not Cortez. I'm talking about the Democrats in Congress who claim to represent the poor, who are mostly millionaires. I don't. While I can respect people like Cortez, who was a bartender and became a politician, once she gets in office, what does she do? She flaunts her liberal elitism. You're in the cheap seats. I'm in charge, and I'm the boss because no one's even trying. Sorry, that's not true. Everyone's trying. Everyone wants to make the world better. We just disagree on how to get there. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm done. I don't like ranting about this woman, but just the more she talks about how better she is than everyone, the more frustrated I get. So yeah, it's not the last video I'll do on her because she's high profile. It's true. And she says these things that are alarming. So stick around. I got another video coming up in a few minutes. I'll see you then.